There's a large amount of information available about how to stay healthy. Don't ignore it. Do it now. We think that when we get older, we want to feel wonderful about life, so we can continue to experience our new adventures. A while ago, I came across something that fascinated me. It was an article about San Francisco Medical School that discovered that our age is not determined by our genes, but by something they called the aging set point, a biological clock that exists in our minds. This mechanism actually monitors when and how we begin to age. The set point, or the aging clock, is regulated in a great way by one simple yet important factor: our attitude towards getting old. For instance, if you believe that 35 is middle age, that same belief will trigger biological changes in your body and will cause you to accelerate the aging process when you reach 35. Isn't that fascinating? I don't know how, but somewhere, somehow, we decide what is middle age and what is old age. Where are you setting that aging set point within you? I have this image in my mind that I'm going to live to be 96 years old and still be active. So it's very important that I keep myself healthy and take care of myself. I need to make sure I eat right, exercise regularly, and get plenty of rest. I also need to make sure I'm keeping up with my mental health by getting enough help when needed. Remember, too, what we give out, we get back. We have many ridiculous ideas about life, what we believe about ourselves, and how we think about ourselves. We have so many inflexible rules about life and how we should live our lives. But you see, one thing we cannot control in our life is our past. We are ahead of what happened to us, and that is all done now. It does not matter how old you are, everything you have experienced in your life, you have created with your feelings and your beliefs, and that is all connected with your feelings towards your past. But as I always say, power always lies in the present. That means what you choose to think at this moment is going to create your tomorrow, your next week, next month, and your next path. Our power lies in the present. Our past has no power over us, and we can start being free from this moment onwards. No matter how much we deny it, we choose our own thoughts. Sometimes it seems like almost everyone on this planet, including myself, is suffering from self-hatred and guilt in one way or another. The more self-hatred and guilt we have, the less our life functions and the less we control it. Almost everyone I know has a belief that I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve this, or I'm not enough. If we strongly believe in our subconscious mind that we are not good enough and do not deserve good things, it will be very challenging to create a life that works well in all aspects. Now, if we have a strong belief, a very strong conviction in our subconscious mind that I'm not good enough or I don't deserve it, then it's going to be very difficult for us to create a new life which works in our favor. No matter where we are or what the circumstances are, we are only dealing with our thoughts. To me, giving power to outer effects does not exist. I see this as the outer manifestation of an inner issue. Our thoughts create these realities. I have noticed that negative patterns, such as a pattern of resentment, guilt, fear, and criticism, cause more problems in our lives than anything else, even on the physical level. Resentment that is held for a long time can literally eat away at the body. Long-term criticism can also result in conditions like arthritis, and arthritic hands almost seem to reflect the long-term criticism they suffered. Fear can lead to various physical conditions, including hair loss and poor foot health. Similarly, guilt often results in emotional pain. When we feel guilty, we tend to punish ourselves, which in turn leads to more pain. Therefore, if someone is suffering from chronic pain, it's likely that they are dealing with unresolved feelings of guilt from the past. And the biggest healers we have are love and joy. They all come from our hearts. All three healers come from the heart: love, joy, and forgiveness, because the heart symbolizes love, and blood is the symbol of joy. A healthy heart pumps joy throughout the body, nourishment for all the cells and organs, creating an environment in which the cells can do their work. Forgiveness will open the door if a heart no longer expresses love and joy. It's not external factors like the economy, spouse, boss, or money that determine our lives, but in reality, our internal thoughts and beliefs that are reflected in our circumstances. If you find that you are frequently being criticized by others, it may be because you have developed a pattern of believing that you deserve it. This pattern may have originated from your childhood experiences, and you may not even be aware of it. As a result, you tend to attract people who are critical of you, and sometimes even people who are not naturally critical may become critical because of the negative energy you emit. It's important to recognize and break this pattern in order to improve your relationships and quality of life. Even if want to change a life experience or even a physical problem, the first step should always start with saying, "I am willing to release the pattern within me that is creating this experience or this condition." You can repeat these words every time you face illness. Repeat this with me now. I am willing to release the pattern within me that is creating this experience or this condition. The moment you say this affirmation, you are stepping out of your zone of victim. You are telling the universe that you are no longer a victim. You are no longer helpless. You are acknowledging your power. You are saying, "I don't understand it now, but somehow I am beginning to understand that I contributed to creating this problem, and now I take my own power back, and I am releasing it and letting it go." That's a powerful statement to have your subconscious mind backing you up. As I mentioned earlier, resentment for others, criticism of ourselves, guilt of the past, and fear of the future are the most damaging thought patterns we can have. These kinds of inner voices create and maintain disease in our bodies. And I'm very serious when I say these thoughts have the potential to destroy our bodies. Guilt always creates pain. Fear comes from not trusting your process of life, thinking that our consciousness is all we have. The most precious thing in life is our breath. If you did not take another breath, you would not last 3 minutes, yet you have such a belief that you don't have to worry about your next breath. You don't even think about your next breath when you exhale. Now, if the higher power that created us has given us enough breaths to last as long as we live, should we not begin to trust that the rest will also be provided for us? Next time you are frightened, think about the abundance of air and say, "I trust the process of life to take care of me." Whenever someone experiences pain, it is likely due to the guilt they have created for themselves. Chronic pain often stems from unresolved guilt, which may be buried so deeply that we are no longer aware of it. This guilt must be dissolved before the pain can be eliminated. Guilt is a completely useless emotion. It never has and never will make anyone feel better, nor will it change a situation. Step out of prison. The message is really very simple. What we give out to the world, we get back, so make sure you don't want to give out negative thoughts. What we believe becomes reality for us, and we should start loving ourselves. Because when we really love ourselves and appreciate the beautiful being that we are, then we can't hurt ourselves and can't hurt other people. And for me, that's the secret of life. It is very simple. It is too simple for us to understand, and yet it works.